and all the NEC members. Good afternoon to Mr. Femi, Director, BP North. Good afternoon to BOT Chairman and all um, representative of other associations if they may be available. So good afternoon to everyone. Once again, I welcome you to our webinar. And before I commence, I want to say Happy World FM Day. This is a celebration of all the behind-the-scene build heroes, those that ensure a safe, productive, healthy environment. I celebrate you all for holding the flag of FM in Nigeria and globally as an industry. Once again, I say Happy World FM Day. In conjunction or in celebration of the World FM Day, which is titled Inspire, Integrate, Innovate, Igniting the FM Career. We're having a webinar today, and that webinar will be anchored by Engineer Silas. But before we proceed, I want the president to make an opening remark before we go to our speaker and proceed. So, Mr. President and the BOT chairman, first and foremost, Mr. President, you have the floor next. And I'll give room if the BOT chairman has a comment to say.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. for that welcome, and I'm happy to be here today, participating in this webinar. Thank you, and Silas, for accepting to anchor this webinar for us. The theme for 2024: Inspire, Integrate, and Innovate, and the focus is on igniting your FM career. Facility management, the World FM Day focus for this year is on the diversity and variety and the kind of widespread coverage of the FM skill sets. So we're using this year to look at the wide range of skills required to manage FM practice and professionalize the practice. We're looking at how we integrate people, place, and technology processes using this wide variety of skills. And we all come from different backgrounds as we come into FM. Majority of us started from some other careers or activities before we came into FM. And then we realized that we're coming from more narrow disciplines into a greater breadth in terms of range of skills required. And we have to start, catching up quickly and learning. But again, when we work in FM, many of us find ourselves in small, one area: procurement, store management, event and space management, custodial, maintenance, engineering, and the rest. But what FM is all about is delivering a unified experience to the end user. And so you cannot limit yourself to the skills required for the little bit of work you are doing today, because you may be required to do more expansive work as you go on. So this year is a year for us to focus on careers, building knowledge, building skills, increasing our range of experience and expertise in the built environment and managing people. So thank you very much for making the time to attend this webinar. I tell you that this week is going to be a fantastic week for us in the AFMPN family. A lot of activities scheduled for Lagos and Abuja. I'm sure you've seen the announcement, and I want you all to participate. Get your friends excited about this and let them also come on board. There are so many people who are working in FM today who are not within the fold of facility management. It's our duty to bring them all in, let them understand that this profession, it's about the largest. If you think about it, the workforce in the built environment is about the largest of all workforces globally. But we need to identify with ourselves and then professionalize by learning the skills, by harnessing all the knowledge and skills we need to deliver professional services. Thank you very much, and welcome to this webinar.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much for the charge. Thank you. I want to also give him, I don't know if the BOT chairman is in, if he has a comment before we proceed. I want to recognize one of the ESCO, our financial director, Jia Zainab. You are welcome. And our registrar, who is behind the scene for us as an association. So registrar, once again, you're welcome. Without much ado, I'm not sure if the build chairman is on the call now.
I'm here.
He has just a comment.
Yes.
All right, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
I'm online. Yes.
Would like to.
Good afternoon. Yes. Colleagues, we want to appreciate you. I appreciate the Mr. President and also all NEC members and registrar for putting it together and for the celebration that we are having. This is to emphasize facility management all over the world, and it's being celebrated. So we need to celebrate ourselves. Like the president said, we want to remind ourselves that this profession is multidisciplinary, and some people don't even know in the little space that they have that the little they are doing is part of facility management. So we need to let them know what aspect of their assignment is facility management. And as they do that, they need to deepen knowledge and increase their capacity so that they can make the workplace and all our facilities to be a better place and to deliver value for the investment for users. So we want to thank everybody for joining, and I believe that we're going to have a very, very wonderful time. Thank you once again for this pleasure to speak with you. And as we celebrate, it's just to mark the day. Every day is our day. And I believe that as we perform every day, we'll let people know the value FM is adding to the space. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, BOT chairman, Pastor Jago. Thank you very, very much.
You're muted.
All right. I said I want to thank you. I want to encourage those that are joining to please mute their mic, just a distraction. If you can talk your video, we would also appreciate that, so that it will affect the bandwidth. Okay, so we have to proceed to the next thing, which is the presentation by Engineer Silas. First, the title is The Attribute of a Good Facility Manager, Career Prospect in the FM Industry. I would like to read the profile of our speaker, Engineer Silas Ike Ofebu, FMP. He has over 30 years of experience. He's an FM management subject expert. He's the CEO of Speakon Limited. He's a member of International Facility Management Association, a member of Institution of Workplace and Facility Management, IWFM, a member of Institution of Engineering and Technology, United Kingdom, past council member of IFMA Nigeria chapter, lead Faculty Education and Training Committee, IFMA Nigeria. Also, he's a licensed engineer from Nigeria Electricity Management Service Agency. He's also ITF certified, master trainer certified, and so many other profile portfolio from our engineer Silas Ofego, who has been in industry over 30 years. So we want to leverage on his experience to discuss again on the attribute of a good facility manager, career prospect in the FM industry, a certified trainer. So you're welcome, Engineer Silas Ofego. You're welcome. You can proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege and pleasure to be with us for this.
The audio is not coming through, sir.
Can you hear me now?
A bit faint. Can we? Okay, yeah, I think I can. Try again, sir.
Okay, can you hear me now? Better?
A lot better. Great, great.
A lot better. Okay, great.
Yes.
So once again, good afternoon, everyone. My privilege and pleasure to be here and for us to celebrate World FM Day together. And it is interesting that we actually the custodian. Somebody posted something today on his wall that happy celebration to the doctors and nurses of the built industry. And that's actually what we are. We're actually doctors, we're the nurses, we're the caregivers of the built industry. Interestingly, FM is growing very, very fast. As a matter of fact, it's actually the fastest growing profession today, probably more than IT. And talking about career prospects, I want to start from there. In the FM industry, what do we mean? Come to think of it, before FM became professionalized as we have it today, people have made money from all walks of life. People have made money from the banking, from insurance, from engineering, from law, from real estate, from every other thing. And where do they domicile all this money or wealth that they've made? Into assets, physical assets. They've built airports, they've bought ships, they've bought aeroplanes, they've built houses, they've constructed roads, bridges, name it, isn't it? Now, this asset. So they don't keep on buying these things, of course. They don't keep putting money there. The next stage is what? Managing these assets. And that is why in every walk of life, in every sphere of life, you have facilities managers. Sometime I was talking to young FMs who expressed some concern about the future of the industry, their career future. What do we have here? Where do we go from here? Well, I told them, look, the truth is you have so much to do in the industry. And you can actually carve a niche for yourself from one segment of the industry or the other. Maybe from the lower rung, you can be a carpenter. You're already in the industry. You might not just be constructing new buildings or furnitures, but then again, you can even specialize in repairs and maintenance. And your hands will be full. And you paid well. Today, there is serious scarcity of very technicians. Tiling, plumbing, masonry, carpentry, locksmith, name them. Glazers, name them. So, the industry is so big. How about architects? You don't keep on designing every day, but then, of course, you manage what you design or what you've designed and have built. So, there's so much. Engineers, name it. However, for this industry, for you to actually play well in this industry, there are certain things that you actually need to do. What are the attributes, major attributes or qualities of a very good facilities manager? We are going to discuss about this. I hope you see my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now.
Gideon, have you made Engineer Salas co-host? Okay, good.
Yes. You see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Great.
Yes,
So,
you can see it now.
oh, great. Thanks. Now, there are qualities that a facility manager must possess or attributes. Like the president said when in his opening speech, from diverse skills, all walks of life, people have come together to work or become facilities managers. So, what are the qualities that actually a good facilities manager or actually must possess? Well, we're told here, facilities management is a demanding profession which requires a diverse set of skills in order to be successful. A quality facility manager learns to manage all these skills while continuing to strive for customer service excellence. To help us, lead our organizations to the top, we have compiled some skills among others that a facilities manager must possess in order to attain the rank of success. What are these skills? Let's look at them one by one. First, if you're in facilities management, you must realize that you must give yourself your time. You respect your work, not time. You can have your rest at any given time. You can do a couple of things at any given time, but then again, your weekends can be interrupted. Your evenings can be interrupted. And that is the truth. That is true for each and every one of us, I'm sure. I don't think that any of us who has ever had his weekend or evenings to himself while being in this profession. So you must be prepared for such a thing. Then again, we also have another quality. You must be a decision maker. Your ability to make decisions must be tested all the time. Why? Because your organization expects you to be able to switch gears, make informed, rational choices quickly, and again, with confidence. A system has broken down. Let's say your generator has broken down. What should be done? Hire one, call the repairman. All that come together. You need to take decision within very short space of time. And whichever decision you've taken, you need to inspire confidence that, look, you know what you are doing. You are informed. Therefore, facilities managers must be good decision makers. And to be able to make good decisions, we must be able to understand the subject very well. We must be informed. And again, we must be fast about it. And whichever way we do it, we should be able to inspire trust, confidence in the management and, of course, others within our team. Then again, how about our listening skills? It is very critical that we sharpen our listening skills. Unfortunately, today, many persons do not listen. People listen with intent to respond. As a matter of fact, they simply hear, but they don't listen. And that is why sometimes you see people gather together, maybe like this session we'll have. The registrar could have made an announcement, or the director of a membership has made an announcement. And some minutes after, someone will ask, sorry, what did the director of membership say? Why? Because people do not listen. Therefore, the key to making solid decisions lies on our ability to listen very well. And who are we listening to? We listen to our customers. We listen to our colleagues. And when I say our colleagues, we listen to our junior colleagues and our senior colleagues. And of course, we must also give a feedback, because feedback is all about getting to know what your client wants, how he expects, what the person expects of your service, how does the person rate your service, what are the KPIs? Have you been able to meet them up? Have you checked? Would you be able to say, okay, fine, I've not performed well at this point. I should be able to improve. You may not necessarily know everything yet, but your ability to listen, to get feedback from your clients and colleagues will actually be of value to you. Another good quality of a facilities manager is the ability to adapt. Facilities management is a dynamic profession where no 2 days are alike. Therefore, you must go, maintain a level head and they go with the flow attitude. Things do not turn out this way we expected. And for you to be adaptable is very, very important to your success as a facilities manager. And that is to say, whether the workplace or work atmosphere stresses or excites you, your flexibility is very, very important. That's one other thing that many persons in the workplace today find difficult to do. And that is assigning duties to other people, things they ordinarily do. And that is delegation. Many people are very poor in delegating. And of course, there are several reasons for that. Some cogent, some not as cogent. While letting go and assigning responsibility to your teammates is not always easy, it is perhaps your most valuable asset. What should we then do? Strive to build a team of diverse individuals and let them put their skills to work. What is the advantage? It shows that we believe in our team stability, and it also strengthens our team and, of course, the entire organization. People find it difficult to delegate because if software knows what I'm doing today, that means if I don't come to work, software does my job, and maybe the next thing I run the risk of losing my job to software. That happens from time to time. But is that true? No. Oftentimes, when you delegate, you actually multiplicate yourself. It shows you trust yourself, you trust your team. And again, you reduce burnout. The next quality also too is taking responsibility. Facility managers need to know everything regarding the facility. It is your responsibility. It is no one else. It is not because it has to do with budgeting. Oh, it's accountable, it's their business about budget. I don't care how the cost goes up or goes down. No. You should be able to, as a facilities manager, know when the costs are going higher and what you can be able to do to reduce costs. Work in synergy with others. Again, when you take responsibility, yes, everybody calls you, everybody comes to you, everybody mentions your name. Oh, it is John, it is John. Oh, it is Paul that has this. No, call Paul, call Paul. The next thing is, oh, Paul or John feels, when I want to kill me, but not something. On the bright side, people know who to turn to when things go wrong. Someone sometime had this sign on his place, in his office. He says, I'm a responsible person here. If anything goes wrong, I am responsible. If anything goes wrong in your facility, don't forget that you are responsible. Take, for instance, if there's burglary in a facility, the first person to ask is who? The facilities manager. If there's fire outbreak, facilities manager. Not to talk of every other regular duties we perform, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, name it. If the environmental people comes for one infraction or the other, facility. Even when tax people come to seal your facility because you've not complied, who do they talk to? Who is the first person to meet? The facilities manager. So we must take responsibility, knowing that everything in the facility is our problem. Then that takes us to the next thing. Communication. Whatever we do in our facility, whatever we do in life, our ability to communicate is very, very critical to us. A good facility manager needs to manage the building effectively and efficiently, and most importantly, have a good sense of communication with everyone that needs that they need to achieve the target set. The FM is not just about you and the building. It is about everyone sharing that building with you. No wonder communication is one of the major competencies you must pass before you qualify for any FM certification. Note, in communication, there are critical things. That's a sender, that's a receiver. In between that is what? Decoding. What is that? It's because the message you're sending is encoded. For instance, I am talking now. Suppose I'm speaking Chinese. I am talking. But of course, nobody can understand that. The person who will understand that, oh, you'll be able to decode it, at least mentally decode what we're saying. And that also means that when we communicate, especially in writing, we should be able to do what? Write, use words that people are familiar with. If you're writing to your client and you're using some very technical jargons, of course, we will not be able to convey the message properly. Therefore, in communication, we must use languages or words that are familiar with the people. However, too, we must also be very professional in communication. Every profession has its own language. And one of the things I will also encourage our audience and listeners here to do is also to look at glossary of words or verbiage of FM. It's important that we also understand that, because that also gives some level of prestige to our profession. And if you communicate, if you say something and another person understands what you've said, you have communicated. But then again, if you say something, nobody or the person you're talking to will not understand that. What have you done? You've actually made noise. Who makes progress? One other quality is this. Even if you are an introvert by nature, you must, for the sake of being a facility manager, you must force yourself to be an extrovert. You must be a people's person, because facility management is about your ability to get things done through other people. And the facility manager, you need to know your people. Make friends. Know who can do what. And your friends must cut across board, from the lower cadre to the senior management. It means also that you look at those who've been in your organization before. Maybe you've taken a new facility and you just started. You only inherited the security man. I tell you something. Sometimes the secret of your survival in that facility might just reside in the head of that security man, who probably have been there for like 10, 20, 30 years, maybe from construction. He tells you, Oga, this pipe, when they look for, now here it pass. Oh, that cable, there was a time they came and then they cut it and joined something there. I don't know exactly what they've done. He has actually solved your problems when you have challenges. Therefore, you must know your people, those around you in that facility. That also implies that your colleagues in the industry must also be your persons. Now, we get to something else that most facility managers neglect: attention to detail. Every piece of item matters a lot in FM. The people, the equipment, the processes, the procedures, Everything matters. Therefore, for us to have the utmost, for us to have the best of our facility and the job itself to have to derive maximum satisfaction on FM job, we must pay attention to detail, our utmost attention. Don't forget the whole package, people, procedures, everything. The more effort we put in, the more we get out. And of course, we must always keep our clients in the loop, keep our management in the loop. Conflicts arise when we do not communicate or give proper feedback to our clients. But then again, note something. Do not over give the feedback so much. Sometimes people give some kind of feedback that they indict themselves. Know what to give out as your feedback. In your job completion form, that's a feedback form. It doesn't need to be too long, 1-2 lines. Sometimes a box. Satisfied, you tick yes. Not satisfied, you tick X. Simple. Reason, 1 or 2 lines. Is this important? And again, today, prices gallop, fluctuate. Situations change. Always let your clients know what is happening. It's important that we give them feedback. The same thing again too with your top management. Please, let's get to it. And of course, this cannot be overemphasized. You must know what you're doing. You must take it to heart. You must know about prices, no matter how small. Toilet rolls, AC, HVAC system, generators, LED lamps, name it. Of course, depending on your facility also, including bigger construction work or about roads, lawns, and all that. It's important that we also understand that. Again, do not forget that you must also understand accounts. You must also understand security regulations, health and safety compliance, and all that. It is important that you immerse yourself into what you are doing, into the profession. And why is it important? When you know what you're doing, you are more confident, and it's easier for you to deliver value. And of course, obtain value in return. Now, when you also know, how do you respond to work requests, to inquiries, to calls, service calls? It's important that you respond very fast, and then respond also in a way and manner that the requester will feel, yes, what I've asked for is what's asking for. And again, the person I've spoken to understands the scope and nature of my request. Again, that I will get an action. I will get a response as quickly as possible. It's almost an assured response. That should be the feeling of your clients, your customers, both internal and external customers. So please fulfill your task efficiently and effectively at work. You must also be someone that it comes from the heart. When we write CV in those days, I can't remember last time I did one anyway. You say, I am self-motivated. The truth is this: In fact, it's one of the main thrusts of this discussion or career development. I mean, our career path in FM. If you don't love FM job, you can't do it. It's not for you. If you're not passionate about what you do, about helping people, about solving problems, sorry, this FM is not for you. You can jolly well do something else. Because you can do going home. You pack your bag from your office and you just see a tap broken or what, just the tap running over, somebody's forgotten that. Nobody needs to tell you to go and turn it off. If anything goes wrong, maybe the tap or the valve is broken, you just take your bag back and call for an assistant for it to be done. You don't even need to be told. So you must be ambitious about the work. You must be self-driven to do it. The challenge a lot of employers have with employees is that they need to look over their back all the time. Lagbaja, go and do this. Lagbaja finish that and comes back, Madam, I don't finish, or guy, I don't finish. Meanwhile, the guy goes back there. Yes, he has finished this. What of another thing that's cropped up there? Did you see it? I saw it. Why didn't you do it? But I wasn't told. That is not an FM. You must be well self-motivated. Then again, the best facility managers are those who have an intuitive sense of how building systems work and dig into the details at appropriate times, and yet do not micromanage solutions. They always find professionals whom they build trust. You must have those you trust. It could be your outsourced service providers, of course. You must get the ones that actually, yes, they can deliver. Oh, generators, I must go for this company. Oh, our sewage treatment plant, I must go for this company. Oh, cleaning, that organization, and all that. Yes, they might be a bit more expensive, but then again, if they give you the quality and the value that you desire, that is also important. That also goes within the internal staff. You must inspire confidence in your staff by showing that you trust them, you trust their judgment. Sometimes when they make mistakes, accept that responsibility. A man was asked sometime, his staff made a mistake. And then he was like trying to report. You see, I've been telling these people since, I've been shouting on them. They don't hear a word. Can you imagine this and all that? And he's the head. Has he actually shown trust in his staff? Of course, no. What is he supposed to do? Show that he trusts them, accept that responsibility, and then find a way to correct it. Correct his staff and get things, find a solution to get that problems solved. Trust is very critical. Then after that, must be able to do what? Keep up to date. There's this saying, when we had this discussion. Hello, Paula, I'm still there.
We're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
well, with
Okay, fine. Because I saw some instability in my internet. Now, let's say FM is like herding cats. We heard about herdsmen, and what do? Those people that take care of sheep, cattle, and all that, they're herdsmen. And why do we compare facility management with herding cats? Now, take, for example, you have a herd of cattle, maybe 200, taken from one point to the other. And along the way, let me just use, like, maybe you're taking the cattle from, let's say, Wuse Zone 2 in Abuja to Gariki. And suddenly, somewhere along the line, 2 or 3 straight away. And the herdsman, the young man taking care of them, just goes there with the stick and then beat that one. They will come, meet the other ones, they follow the flock. The same thing with sheep or goats. The moment they just come, see their food, they just align. But how about cats? Imagine you have 50 cats. You are taking from one point to the other. And 2 jumps away where the other ones are there. You go in search of that. By the time you come back and you've gotten them, now, would they actually join the food? Of course, no. This one will jump this way, that one jumps that way. Now, how does this relate? Have you come to work one morning? Before you left, everything was fine. You come the next thing, oh, the borehole has failed. While your technicians are fixing it, yes, they started pumping water. They've done that. The next thing is, oh, the tank itself is even leaking. As if that's not enough. There's no power again. The almighty NEPA has taken power off. Now, let's go and start the generator. The starter motor refused to work. You now get to the second generator, fine, that one is there. But then only to notice that, oh, some of your chiller unit is having issues, no gas. All that almost at the same time. Meanwhile, you're also having what requests from time to time. Typical heading of cards, isn't it? Yes, that will happen. Sometimes it might not be that extreme, but it also comes in terms of work that's being generated from time to time. Calls. In some FM organizations, they have up to 100 calls a day. Chances are that you forget. And like illustrative cards here, some will, of course, most will jump away. But what do? Do not push things to the bottom of the pile, no matter how small they are or how mundane they are. Record it and be strategic. And as much as possible, prevent backlogs. Therefore, accurate records. Use electronics. Use your pen, your manual recording, whichever way you use. Of course, technology too has made it possible for us today to keep up to date more effectively and efficiently now. And if you do not have any of the technical tools, please and please start thinking of that. Not all of them are expensive. Not all of them are too robust. As little as Excel, as little as Office 360 and so on, all these also can suffice. And those who can, of course, there are more ERPs that can also be used. Then where the other problem is, we must understand finance. Understanding financial matters from setting budgets, cost control, and regular financial reporting is very important. And why is it so important? Oftentimes, FMs and other project persons do have challenge with the finance people. Why? Because what we request for may not be in the budget. And the accounts persons are not going to release any money that they cannot say this is where it is budgeted. We must also understand costing very, very well. That an item costs $1,000 might not just be the final cost. So if you are charging your client for an item that's $1,000, yes, you've added your maybe 15 or 20% charge, but could that be all? You must understand other hidden costs. That will help us have a very good relationship with our finance people, and of course, to improve the bottom line of our organization. Why why it takes FMs a lot longer time to get to the C-suite is because many FMs have not taken time to understand the business language. The name of the language is money, finance, bottom line. Every organization exists to make profit, and we must understand the strategies of making profit to keep so that the organization will be kept afloat. And don't forget, you do not work alone. Every FM must have a team. Teamwork is important, and you are as good as your team. And a good team is where everyone is what? Proactive. So, you must work together with your team. Don't forget this new maxim today. The new competition in the world today is collaboration or cooperation. Instead of competing with your colleagues, please cooperate and collaborate with them to achieve better success. And of course, be proactive, be a ghost. Ajay, as they say. In fact, be the FM witch or FM wizard. You are the guru, you are the expert. And why is it so? Because oftentimes, it's like you know these things before they happen. Your proactivity is very, very important. So let's note that. And again, finally, hard work means you'll be on call all the time. You're never alone, you always be called. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we need to ask ourselves, is FM for me? FM for you? If it's yes, these qualities that we've mentioned here, please note that you need to cultivate them among all others that you also need so as to succeed in your career as a facilities manager. At this point, I'd like to thank you all for your attention. And if there are questions, please, we can share our little experiences together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Ife, over to you. Hello, Mr. Ife. We cannot hear you, sir.
His slide also is running to the first slide again. He needs to unmute himself. First, Engineer Phil.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. No, I just put it here. The first slide, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. While we can't get Mr. Ife now, this time we're going for questions and answers. So if you have any questions, please raise up your hand so that we can identify you to unmute and ask your question to our speaker. You can also type in your questions so that we can read them out to the speaker for him to answer us. Please, let's make good use of our time. Okay, we have Elizabeth Adams. Please unmute and ask your question, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Elizabeth. So we joined the training, I think 30 or 45 minutes late. So I would appreciate if the training slide can be sent to our email box, so we'll be able to go through the training slide, because it's quite a quality lecture I'm seeing here on the training slide. So I would not want to miss any of the training slides. Please do us a favor to send all the training slides to our mailbox. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Right.
Madam Elizabeth, no problem. I think that's a request, not a question.
That's a request. We'll speak to Engineer Silas on that. Mr. Buchi Ben, you can speak, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Engineer Silas of Weibu. Thank you for that speech, sir. I'm really concerned about one thing with the industry. Looking at the age and time, facility management, we actually understand has been around for a while, but then it's just beginning to gain a measure of significance. People are coming in, depends on the approach by which they come into the industry. But my question is, with all the qualities that you mentioned, me as an individual, that's part of what I do when it comes to personal assessment in terms of, who I think is actually fit for the job. Not everybody can actually be a facility manager, but my question is based on what my passion is and what I really look forward to. In all sincerity, I think that there's a measure of archaism with the practice. There's a measure of archaism with the practice. And by this, I mean that I'm yet to begin to see the level of standard of practice that is, that is required both by business owners, in those who run facility management companies, and by majority of the organization, which for me, a 21st century youth who would want to, enjoy the feel of working in this age and time, beyond just doing the regular, you go to work, run to sites, you do this. There's this thing with technology that everybody in this age and time, not everybody, especially for the young ones who would want to consider facility management, I don't see that it's coming. Yeah, but what do you think? What would be your advice to people that are upcoming with respect to embracing that, the patient that is needed, and what exactly can the general industry do, just so people are also inspired very much well enough to keep on their drive to have a career that is much more rewarding beyond what we have at the moment.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. I think I missed the name. Your concerns are quite apt. You are very, very correct. However, note something. The industry is actually upcoming and is getting better by the day. Interestingly, too, as younger persons are coming to the industry, they're also bringing in innovations. Every day, technology is improving. Customer experience is also improving. Customer expectation also is improving. Sometimes, why is industry so? Because some clients will say, look, this is the level I want. And that's why a number of times we talk about SLA, service level agreement. What have you agreed on? Some clients will say, look, just provide this minimal service for me. So if you're looking at the industry, I mean, the FM practicing at that level, you might think that, okay, it's just, it's not to put on, clean the house, put on generator, put on water, and that's all. But then again, you also have other clients who will say, look, I want integrated FM, incorporate everything, name it. Okay? So if you're operating at that level or seen from that level, it's entirely a different thing. There are offices that are high-tech. And if you're managing such facilities, of course, you up to your game. That's like that. It happens that way. But I agree with you that yes, in some facilities it's like that. There are challenges.
Can we please mute? Can we please mute the people who are making noise?
So, like a few places we've gone to for their trainings, faculty tours, and assessment. We went to a place in one of the Niger Delta places. Of course, state of the art. They had challenges. We noticed on the facility tour, we noticed quite a lot. And we pointed it out to them, and they corrected it and decided to go full blast. From the access, in fact, there are standards for cleaning. There are standards for their power systems. There are standards for their archiving, keeping their records. There are standards for their water, everything. For those of us here who are here, there are some, well, I don't need to be advertising some facilities, but there are those who have modernized and, of course, revolutionized their sewage treatment. That even their water, if you like, you can even drink it. And of course, they pay very handsomely for it. They're ready for it. So because where we are, we have some challenges because of our environment, and we operate at that level. Yes, there are FMs too. In fact, many of us here today, many of FM facility managers on this call today, are managing top-notch facilities. And don't forget too, when you compare apple with orange because they are secular, you notice that the tastes are not the same. Qualities are not the same. If you compare with what you see in Dubai, the United States, and some other places with here, remember, the system we run here are not the same. Budgets also are not the same. So these are some of the issues. But of course, my dear, we are getting there. We are moving up. I think that's what I need to say here. Maybe someone else can also add to it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Who's speaking?
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, just wanted to add my voice. My name is Yoma. So it's interesting. It's an interesting question, and the truth about it is FM do not have, power to make money. Let me just try to break it down. You can't spend what your clients have not approved. So while we have all the lofty ideas, trust me, we have all the lofty ideas. You have everything that you need to do what you need to do. If your client says this is what they want, that is the most that you can do. However, if you have so much money to say that, okay, you want to sponsor the organization, that is also very good to get the desired, would I say, innovation or technology that you need. Howbeit, right? We already know that FM they see us as a major cost center, right? And even with the little technology and all the things we are doing, they are shouting that we are spending a lot of money. And you need to understand your clients. So, what comes first in facility management generally is the health and safety of the people, followed by what your clients want. So you can't want what they don't want, right? They provide the money for us to use to carry out our work, but in the event where they do not provide that much fund, where the budget assigned to us is not so much, then that's where our innovation comes into play to see how we can make best use of the funds available to achieve the desired result. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jeff, you're raising up your hand.
Yeah, Mr. Jeff Manuel, your questions.
Yeah,
please, if you have any more questions, sorry, please. If you have any more questions, please let's have our hands up so that we can wrap up in time. Also, we are advised to fill in the attendance form so we can capture your CPD for this event. Thank you. Mr. Jeff.
All right.
So I think
Thank you,
just
Engineer
this last two questions.
Okay. Good day, all. Can you all hear me?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
All
I
right.
hear
So
you, Jeff.
thank you, Engineer Silas. Thank you for the lecture, and really appreciate. My question is, how do you deal with toxicity in the office environment, right? Particularly in the Nigerian space, where we have so much developers who sometimes have the finances, but the structures are not there. And you put in an FM who probably have been doing a lot of personal development, and in such facilities, there are so many bureaucracies probably that may not be ethically to the training of the FMs. Quite a lot of us find ourselves in different situations whereby some of the standard and values you are taught is not what you now meet on ground. So as an FM, how do you handle things like that?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Deji, for the question. I've actually been expecting questions like this. That is actually a common thing. It's one of our hazards of our job as facilities managers. Now, it comes this way to tell you that we also, the background is this. I'm a developer, and I do the typical businessman style. Architect, build this thing for me because my neighbor has built it. Just do it like that. And then the man gives you cost. Remember, I didn't say engineer or architect. The man who draws, build anything and all that, because what the man wants to build is what is his mental picture. What is in somewhere? The internal workings and all that and other details, engineering details and all that, he never saw it. Now it's built. And when this construction is going on, a number of times is using quacks of semi-competent workmen. Maybe you bring in a bricklayer, he's doing the job of a civil engineer. They compromise quality. They compromise quality, they compromise standards and all that. And of course, the building is completed, beautiful painting. Now the facility manager gets in there. He's having challenges one after another. But I tell you something straight away. Before you take, in fact, that goes for each and every one of us. Before you accept any facility, please ask for a built drawing of that facility. 1, 2, do a thorough inspection. Do a thorough inspection of that facility. And when I say thorough inspection, you do not just go alone. Go with other professionals. Remember, we talked about teamwork. We talk about trust here. Go with other professionals in your team. You can hire them to assess that facility. Note all the snacks. Note all of them. And while preparing your commercial, technical, get all these items, highlighted. And make a note that, look, these things will going forward, if they develop issues, that it will require a lot of money to fix it. Add that in your SLA, service level agreement. Let everybody sign. Note, no sentiment. Don't ever be intimidated, because a number of times these issues come with the very big money bags. You'll be intimidated. Sign this thing now. No, okay, so you sign. Okay. Sometimes I not see them. They are assistants. No, Oga will do it. Oga will do it. Yes, don't accept anything that Oga will do it later. Let it be in black and white. And again, please know when to walk away from a facility, from a bid. It is not a do or die affair that you must accept. You must win the bid that some project you bidded for. If you notice that it's toxic, you are free to walk away. I've seen similar experiences, similar facilities that, in fact, usually you use the right word, toxic. Very bad. That managing it is so, in fact, whatever you charge at your FM fees will go into it. And at that point, nobody listens to you. So ab initio, as fast as build drawing, so that you understand what is in that building. When I say as build drawing, not just only mechanical drawing and mechanical, electrical, civil, structural, all that. Okay? Now, also do physical inspections. Sometimes do some NDTs, non-destructive tests. It is important that you get to know this at this level, especially when you are taking these high net worth facilities. It's important that you do that. Maybe let me stop at this point. Maybe somebody may want to add something else to learn. Are we okay, Mr. Victor?
Okay, that was Jeff Emmanuel.
Jeff. Okay,
yes,
Jeff,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, Mr. Deji Victor, do you still want to ask your question? Mr. Deji, are you still on the call? You're still on the call. Okay, in the absence of no question, in the absence of questions, Mr. Ife, over to you, sir. Okay, Mr. Ife is also not on the call. I'm sure maybe the network has pushed him up. I want to thank you, Engineer Silas, for this wonderful, how do I put it now? It has been very, very educative and it has also enriched our knowledge. And I'm sure that these qualities of good facilities manager that you've mentioned, it's something that every one of us would go back and relearn. And like one of the important things you said is the fact that we shouldn't be shy away to walk away from bids that could be toxic in the future. So we thank you on this note. And while I wait for Mr. Ife.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Hello, yeah, Mr. Deji Victor.
Yeah. Good evening, Engineer Silas.
Good evening, sir.
Please, sir, I would like to know if there is any way you can share the material of this lecture to us, sir.
Okay, my Oga Gideon will advise.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Can also go to YouTube to watch again and again. So we'll sort that out. But this is streamed on our YouTube platform, so you guys can. For those that said they join late, you have opportunity to bring back our YouTube platform to be watched. It's already uploaded there. Thank you. Is there any other end?
Yes, sir. Quick announcements. As soon as we finish the webinar, we are going to close off the attendance form. The attendance form is very important for us to be able to allot your CPDs to you for every of our events accordingly. So if you do not fill that form, it will be difficult for us to say you're in attendance for the event we had. Also, there is a slight change in our FM talk for the Western region. The proposed site was the LAPO headquarters in Maryland on Ikorodu Road, but we won't be having it on Friday, but we'll be going to Blue Waters Estate, Sapphire Tower in Lekki. One of our corporate sustaining partners, UPDC FM, are the ones in charge of that property. So they'll be taking us on a tour. In the coming weeks, we are going to send a mail or a notice to everyone for the LAPO visit. We are not canceling the LAPO headquarters visit. We are just having a change of plans because of some technicalities. Again, I want to recognize the BOT chairman for staying till this time and every other executive. And at this point, I want to invite the BOT chairman for his closing remark. Do we still have the BOT chairman? Pastor Jagun, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I say thank you to the registrar for all the back end work. We appreciate you. We also want to say a big thank you to Mr. President and the directors and every member of the National Executive Council for all the effort and everybody that in one committee or the other that have made this possible, in line with also other arrangement being made to celebrate this World FM Day. Most importantly, I want to thank our guest today. Engineer Silas is not a guest, he's one of us, sound renowned, who has always been passionate about facility management. We appreciate you for this knowledge. It's rudiments and also very germane foundation for anyone that wants to operate in the industry. We thank you for putting this together. And for everybody that has joined, you are the reason why this is being celebrated. We celebrate each and every one of you in your spaces where you are shining the light. Let's continue to be wonderful ambassadors. So as we continue the celebration for the week, please enjoy your day and please have a very wonderful time. And our regards to your lovely families. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir. Our executive, Dr. Olumide, are you still on the call?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this very, very important webinar. Thank you so much. It's always nice listening to you with your words of wisdom, experience, and all. As facility managers, we have to innovate. Innovation is just the key even when our
Dr. Olumide, we can't hear you, sir.
Okay, so as facility managers, we have to innovate. Innovation should be at the heart of everything that we are doing. When you are making your profit, set aside a particular percentage to invest in research and come up with unique solutions to change the narrative of a certain field or aspect in facility management. Just pick one and ensure that you are sound, you are the best in that field. That's the only currency you can bring into the system to change the narrative. Like the one member said that it seems there's the current FM process is archaic, but I differ because there are a lot of big things happening in FM. It may not really show clearly because we are still building and we are still influencing the space. The current situation in the country is also not helping. But as we come together like this as often as possible, we'll be able to bring to bear unique ways that our customers, that demand organizations will yearn for. And that brings uniqueness to our profession. And by that time, we can command premium prices to our services. And that brings, that moves us forward to the next level. Thank you all for your contributions, your questions. I'm always encouraged whenever I participate in events like this, when I see young ones also coming up, just as some of us did several years ago, to show that we are spreading the good news of facilities management. We are engaging ourselves, we are developing ourselves personally, and that is the added value that we need in the system, in the industry. Thank you all very much. I wish you all a wonderful week. Celebrate. The FM Talk is the next line of action for us. So we expect that everybody is there. We appreciate our corporate sustaining partners, UPDC FM, Magni Gold, for their support in all ramifications. So show up there. I'll be there. I'm sure all executives that are available will also be there to share experience, share knowledge, and also put a name, a face to our names. And that also brings togetherness, one thing that we really need in this industry. Thank you all, and God bless.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So final announcements. The Northern region, you are having your facility tour tomorrow by 10 a.m. The venue is Brain and Hammers Estate, number 1, Reverting Road, Life Camp, Abuja. Please see your details on your group chat. And on the 10th, you'll be having your FM Hangouts and site tour at the Afromex Bank Trade Center, their project sites. I'm sure the executive in the Northern region have gone there. You're going to see pictures and videos on your group chats. We are encouraging everyone to come out and to see one another. One of the things Engineer Sila need to collaborate. You cannot work alone. So let's use this opportunity to network and to collaborate. The time for the and site visit for the Northern region is 3 p.m. on Friday. So tomorrow, Thursday, for the Western region, you'll be having your FM Hangouts at the Max Me Gold Training Facility, Human Resource Development Center building, University of Lagos in Akoka, in Yaba, Akoka, Lagos. So the time for the FM Hangouts is 5 p.m. Now, the people in the Western region, one very unique thing they are doing in the Western region is for people that just started their FM career and do not know how to go about it. Please try not to miss this FM Hangout, because you'll be meeting with people who are willing, senior colleagues, and people who have gone up in the ladder, who are willing to take you by the hand to mentor you. So please try to be there early and make yourself available. And then on Friday, the initial visit for the facility tour to Lapo Microfinance Bank Headquarters Office on Ikorodu Road has been postponed. Rather, you would be going to Blue Waters Estates, Sapphire Towers in Lekki. This is the property we are going to be touring, and that will be by 10 a.m. The facility tour for the Western region is no longer the Lapo Microfinance Bank Headquarters. Later in the coming weeks, we are going to give you information as to when we'll be visiting the Lapo Microfinance Bank Headquarters. Thank you everyone again for joining. And we're also using this opportunity to remind everyone of their membership due. On the membership group chats, you would see the link to see your membership number that you need to make reference to at any point in time. Thank you very much. And you have our number at the secretariat. We'll be waiting to hear from you at all time. Engineer Silas, thank you very much again.
Gideon, sorry, Gideon, just a minute, please. There are some people that are asking about joining in terms of joining the association. So could you call out your number and your email address and just give just a little bit of a talk for those people that need to join? And we'll encourage everyone to do so, please, because we're in the process of regulating the FM space. So it's very important that people try as much as possible to join the association. So could you just give them that?
Okay, so for one person who mentioned that members who are not, people who are on the call now who are not members of the association, how do they claim their CPD? So as soon as you join the association, and for you to be a part of us, go to our website, www.afmpn.org. As a individual member, you see the link to join. And if it's a cooperative, a corporate member, you are also going to see the link to join. The secretariat's number is 090-311-54972. 090-311-54972. You can also send us emails at info@afmpn.org for any questions. And if you want to reach directly to me, you can send an email to registrar@afmpn.org. Thank you very much. For those who are saying they can't get their membership number, if you are not seeing your name on the list that was posted on the group chat, please reach out to the secretariat. It may happen that you are not a financial member, as such your name was not on the list. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you.
Thanks. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. Have a good evening.
Good night.
Bye for now.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Have a good day.